So, right after I declared on Clubhouse that I'd be restarting the challenge, I went over and talked to this woman over here, my wife. She wasn't very happy. I came upstairs and I was like, hey, so I've been thinking I'm going to restart the challenge. And you were all like,
heck no!
Yeah. And that was Friday. So why were you so upset with the idea of restarting the challenge at the time?
Because it was hard. It wasn't just hard for you. It was hard for us as a family. Like, I've been picking up all the slack. So I've been cooking all the meals, which you, up until that point, had been helping me with. And, managing the kids, just being the primary caregiver. I don't relish the idea of doing everything by myself. I mean, I can do it and I will do it, but we're a team. So I prefer when we're doing things together and when we do things as a team, when I don't feel like it's all placed on my shoulders and that I have to carry that weight. So I was doing that for you because you were doing this crazy challenge and didn't really ask me. You kind of just told me. So, I want to be the supportive wife, and I support the idea of you getting healthier and being fitter as a fitness professional myself. But the challenge itself wasn't something that I enjoyed going through at all.
And I didn't think about any of that stuff, obviously. I mean, I didn't think of that when Bo gave me the challenge and I decided that this is the challenge that I wanted to do as next. I didn't even think to ask you because we don't have in our relationship like this asking thing. It's more like telling someone something, and if they don't object, like, I'm telling you this thing, and if you don't object, then I guess it's okay. And if you do object, then we talk it out. Which is probably why I came upstairs and said, hey, I'm restarting the challenge. And you were like,
blank, no.
Yeah. So I didn't even think that I didn't ask you about this. I didn't even think at the time that it would take as much time as it was taking, as it takes. And I knew that I was, drawing a lot of goodwill out of our relationship. Like, I knew you were doing more and I knew I was doing less and I knew I was focusing on this stuff. And I even said a few weeks earlier when I was talking to Evan, I said, listen, this isn't sustainable. And he's like, yes, it is. But he didn't realize what I was talking about. I was talking about the fact that I was focusing 100% on work and this challenge. And I wasn't spending any time with the kids, really. And I wasn't spending any time with you.
Yeah.
And that all became apparent that weekend when I then, all Friday you were upset. And Saturday I said, okay, I won't restart the challenge. And then I talked to Evan in detail and we went back and forth. And then Sunday night, ultimately I came to the point where I was like, I think I need to cancel it, actually. I think I need to cancel the challenge because I didn't realize, finally you told me that you were gritting your teeth to get through it and you could not wait for it to be over. And I said, but this is life. If I want to keep my progress, I have to keep doing this. And you were like, no, I want to go back. How were you feeling at that time? Like, do you remember?
I was really angry. I was really angry that you were putting me in that position. It was, okay, so either I restart the challenge because Evan told me to, or I quit it. And then that would make me feel like crap because you just did all this hard work for nothing, basically. So I was really angry.
Yeah. And so it actually revealed to me, and it made it clear that I wasn't doing a good job as a father or husband. And that, I think it took a few days for me to explain to you why I thought resetting wouldn't be the same as canceling. And it wouldn't be the same as going through it all anyway. Because I have not, even mentally, I've not thrown away the first month. March, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself. Mm-hmm. And so even when I talk about it, I know that I'm 7 weeks into this challenge. I know that I'm about to be 8 weeks into this challenge. But I also respect the fact that on April 1st, we decided to reset it. That I decided to reset it because I wanted to do it better and I wanted to do it the right way. But to actually, that Sunday night when you were really angry and we talked about things, and I said I was going to cancel the challenge because nothing matters more than my relationship with you. So not anything else. And so I wanted to cancel it. But then I said, okay, how could we do this so that way it doesn't cost you so much? How could we try and do this so that way it's not like the day it's over, you're like, thank goodness, can we go back to the way it was? And then, basically we just had to work through the things that mattered most to you.
Yeah, spending time together, going for our daily walks. That was important to me. What was my other important things?
You wanted you wanted me to make sure that at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock that I wasn't working still.
Right. Yes, because you did that a few Fridays, and I hated that.
And so you wanted me to make sure that I wasn't on calls or wasn't on email or any of that stuff. You wanted me to, and I tried for the most part. You wanted me to eat dinner with you guys, so that way I wasn't like working out while you guys were eating dinner. You wanted me to at least be there with you while you were cooking dinner, or even help with dinner, but like we used to 50-50 all of our dinners and stuff.
Yeah, just having you around more for.
You wanted a date night every other week.
Yes. Yeah, that's important.
So we worked into the meal plan that I would have like a steak. I mean, I eat steak every night now on this meal plan, but that I would have a steak from like the Keg or one of our favorite restaurants or something, that we would be able to get the calorie count information in advance, work it into the plan in advance. Something like that. And then our anniversary's coming up. So planning for that. So there was
second quarantine anniversary.
our 16 years of marriage. So there's that. But basically for me, the reset wasn't about perfection. It was about, as Evan said, doing the things that I say I'm going to do. And so to be honest, at the time of recording this, right now it's April 24th. At the time of recording this, I'm a few weeks into the reset, even though we're releasing the footage kind of in a certain order.
And I've heard all the reasons why this whole reset thing was important, and I still don't get it, to be honest. Really don't.
What don't you get about it?
I still don't understand why you and Evan find this so important, because to me, it's like you're not going to be perfect at something when you start off, especially in fitness. You're going to work your way up to doing things the right way, and you're going to learn. Like you said, you learned a lot in that first month, and that's normal. And I think that's part of the process, and it kind of negates all of that when you decide you're just going to reset. For me, personally, that's how I feel. But I respect your decision. So here we are.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's about I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. So here's the things that I've learned since then. If you're watching this in order, the next video that's about to be released is a conversation with me, Neil, and Alex negotiating these things, and it's very uncomfortable. But I realized that I didn't know the words, or I didn't know how to say what I needed to say. I thought I was communicating it, but I wasn't communicating it well. So I've been able to give them more clear feedback. We've been able to work into the schedule so it works for you, and it works for me, and it works for my health, and hopefully it works for everyone. And so it's just about making sure that it's not about, as Evan said, it's not about the abs, it's about the person you're becoming. And I have been held by him and by others to a higher standard, and I want to meet that higher standard. And let me tell you, it wasn't an easy decision. It was one of the hardest things ever. It was a terribly hard decision.
Yeah,
I would have rather canceled it.
it was pretty terrible. It was very dramatic. It was like the weekend of hell, really. And yeah, not fun.
But I've learned a lot since then, and it's been harder actually. This month has been harder than March was.
You mean the challenge?
Yeah, the challenge is much harder now. In March it was exciting. In March it felt like a show. In March it felt like I was doing something that was part of a story.
Fun and exciting.
And this month, especially since the reset, it's about the dedication.
Well,
and
and
the
you
commitment.
haven't been posting anything lately either, because I think a lot of people may be confused about the whole reset and why you're doing it. And what day are you on? Are you on day 20 or are you on day 40? Who knows?
Yeah.
So yeah, some of that, I think.
I understand that. So hopefully this video helped explain a little bit about it, because it was not an easy decision. And if you have questions, you want to leave them in the comments below. I will respond to them, because I can understand why it wouldn't make sense. And then if I hear enough of the same comments, I'll actually just make a video explaining it, because I know that I haven't done a great job of explaining it, but I think I have. And then the next video coming up is the uncomfortable conversation I have with me and my personal trainer, Neil,
Fun
and
times.
my nutrition coach, Alex. And it was uncomfortable. Stay tuned. You can watch the video right there.
Right where my face is?
Yeah.